and our 2025 World Racing Champion.
We're going racing on the sound of the tone.
Again, locked together. First to the left, then to the right. Right on down the inside. He's through. He's through.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is our latest episode, season number 3, episode 1 for 2026. And on today's show, we have a young man who is going places, making a lot of moves and shakes in the RC industry. Not only has his dad got Frankton Model Shop, so this is giving away who it is straight away, but he's also had a stellar year in 2025, claiming the coveted 1/8 Nitro National Championships. I also think he got the 1/8 electric truggy as well. Didn't quite come through for the trifecta on the e-buggies. He got beaten on that one, but I'll let him correct me on that if I've got that wrong. So no further ado, we are going to introduce our young man, Logan Toia.
G'day.
Hey, how are you? How's 2026 treating you so far? You look bright-eyed, bushy-tailed for this time of the day. Not too many.
Ready to go. Enjoying it, having fun, enjoying the New Zealand summer. So it's been good.
Yeah. Not too many sherbets on last night.
Oh, a few every now and then.
Yeah, well, typical me. I'm still going.
Yeah, I would have one, but I don't have any on me. I'm drunk in there.
Go and raid Dad's cupboard. He won't notice. Replace all the bourbon with tea. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to look back at a bit of a retrospect on how your 2025 went, culminating to the recent championship that you took out down in Wellington. So we'll start out at the beginning of the year. If you can recall in 2025, what was the first big event you raced in? Probably would have been King of the Mountain in Tauranga.
Yeah, first multi-day one was GKR Classic up at Gavin's.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, that's always a fun start to the season. Just a bit of vintage fun. Kind of annoy all the old people that turn up and take the trophies. So yeah, that's always good fun racing. Casey and Julian as well was the other competitor there that we were racing against. And I managed to come out with the Murray McDonald trophy at that one, so it was cool. Yeah, moving on to 8 scale, it was BOP Champs the weekend after.
The Murray McDonald, is that back to back, or was that your first? Yes. It was back to back, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool effort, and what a good way to honour Murray with the GKR event that they run every year. Up in Parkhurst, in what does Gavin call it? Idaho.
Yeah, something like
that. Yeah. At least they've got a drift pad there now.
Yeah, skids.
Yeah, full size and RC.
Yeah.
We won't go on about that too much. It'll be a little bit too in poor taste to talk about that any further. So we'll move right along. So Bay Champs, I have somewhere, and I haven't been able to dig it out, but I'm pretty sure I've got some footage of that epic jump you did on the back straight there in the e-buggy in the warm-up for your final. Right. Can you recall that?
I don't know if the e-buggy one got caught. I do recall it because I remember the reactions on the driver's stand. That was funny. But I know Elite Hobbies on YouTube, they've got some video of me and Casey going over in Nitro Buggy. And there's some decent whips in that. So
yeah, that surface there, that must be a bit of a minefield to drive around trying to keep your setup right as it changes lap to lap, doesn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's 1 second it'll be completely smooth, and the next it'll be really, really bumpy. So I enjoy it. I love that surface. It keeps me on my toes and stuff. And from a setup point of view, it's kind of just forget about it. Just drive. It's all driver. The setup, it can make a difference, but if you're not in the right headspace as a driver, you're not going to have a good time there. So.
Yeah. Well, this year I've got a couple of extra cameras that are a little bit better quality, so I should be able to catch some decent footage. So we've got some stuff I've been working with Richard Price with towards the back end of 25, where we've got a couple of extra cameras we can throw in, plus a moving camera. So, we can actually start capturing some of that sort of stuff going forward for this year. That's the aim. So we'll be trialing it at the GKR event. Then we'll roll it out to the Bay Champs, and then to the EP On-Road Nationals, and then whatever other event comes up throughout the year. So we're quite a busy start to the year for me, but I even get some racing in too.
Oh, that's always the best, racing.
Yeah. Weirdly, I actually get to race. That's I haven't done that for a while. I think for me personally, 2025.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, pretty much. That's all I've done.
Wow.
and a club day at North Harbour. That's it. It's just been full on. It's been a bit of an epic year. So moving along to the Bay Champs. Usual story there for whatever the reason is. It's supposed to be a 3-day event, but we always manage to shorten it up to 2 and a little bit because of the weather.
Crossed, we don't do that.
Yeah, so we won't mention it. We won't mention that again. Otherwise, we'll have to do. You're probably too young to know about this, but there used to be a program called Blackadder, and in the 3rd series, it was all set in the Victorian era, where lots of shows and that sort of thing. Where there was one particular play written where it was the one that they didn't speak about, and there's a play called Macbeth. Now, you've probably done that at school or heard of it. Okay,
No
so in the olden times they called it the Scottish play because it was plagued with bad luck, so they had to do this thing, and every time they mentioned the name of the play, these guys used to do a little dance and have to do these funny things. I'll put a snippet on in the final edit, so you can have a look at what it's about. Kind of funny.
And mention the name of the Scottish play.
Oh, never fear, I shan't do that.
By the Scottish play, I assume you mean Macbeth.
Potato also stores, but we make amends. It's a tradition that one does never speak the name of the Scottish play.
What, Macbeth?
Potato also stores, but we make amends.
And so you relatively successful run there from my recollection. Some good racing, some good whips. Casey breaking his car multiple times.
Casey breaking his car. Dylan broke his car whilst he was beating me, so he was quite unhappy with that.
Yeah. When he can string it together, young Dylan is bloody fast, but he just needs to get that cool head. Just needs to start calming down a little bit. I guess when he starts getting a little older and a little bit more mature, it'll start to click. It'll come. He's definitely got that speed there, and you can see it. It's just one of those things. And what were you doing after the Bay Champs? It would have been into
Counties
the indoor
Cup.
season, Counties Cup.
Yeah, Counties Cup was
Okay.
the next one. That was the first, like the kind of warm up for the Asian Buggy Champs. And I TQ'd in one nitro buggy and TQ in second and electric buggy. Casey ended up
nice.
getting one up on me.
And then we had the big one, the ABC. Scotty and his crew came out to New Zealand for the 2nd edition, and a very strong contingent came over from Australia. Some bloody good racing, some hot weather. The track got the blue groove.
You want me to say the Scottish play?
Yes!
Rather than Macbeth?
Potato also stores, but we make amends.
In the gaming seat.
Headset on.
How many hours do you spend in the sim?
In the sim, not enough because I'm still
Yeah.
slow. So I
Yeah,
still need to
yeah.
spend more hours in the sim.
So, just as a sidetrack, which game do you like playing the most in the sim? Are you using R Factor or are you using?
Where me, Jaden Jameson, Jaden Edmonds, and Casey, we all play iRacing together. So
Oh, yep. Okay, and do they dust you?
Casey's close to me. Edmonds and Jameson are on a little bit of the next level.
Yeah.
The two
Yeah.
Jadens kind of smoke us.
So I know Jamison lives in Nelson. Where's the other Jaden live?
He's in Adelaide, in Australia. So,
Oh, okay. I was going to say Nelson. There's the perfect reason to. Oh, sorry, not Nelson. Picton. There's a perfect reason to be good on the sim because there's nothing else to do there.
No. For Jameson, he can race RC cars. He's got a track in his backyard now, pretty much.
Oh, really? Wow.
The new Blenheim track is he can open his ranch slider and he can see the driver's stands. So, lucky
Wow.
boy.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I actually need to reach out to Bevan and just have a chat to him about his track, just on the NZRCA side of things as well, just sort of seeing, because apparently he's poured a shit ton of money into it.
He's done a lot of work to it. It's a pretty state-of-the-art facility. So.
Yeah, and all that for 3 cars to run around it on a Sunday afternoon.
Pretty much.
Well, I suppose it's a little bit better than the Nelson track where it's just got grass and shit all over it now.
Yeah, grass and rocks and
Yeah.
a bit of agriculture for that one. But
Anyway, it is what it is. All right, so picking up on where we left off. So we're at the ABC for 2025. Scotty and his crew have come out. RC Race Media have come on out to do their epic coverage of these events, and every event they seem to be getting better and better. I honestly thought, just as a side note and getting slightly sidetracked here like I normally do, their coverage for the Worlds was better than most full-scale motor racing events. Like,
the coverage for the Worlds was awesome.
That was epic. I hope they get invited to go over to Hootie Arena and cover it there, because I don't think the Europeans are going to do a very good job, just quietly, because they don't do a very good job now. So, if they're watching, my second biggest demographic is the UK. Thankfully, not the EU. So I think I'm safe at the moment.
Those guys are from the UK, so
yeah. So ABC. Tell us about how that weekend went for you. It's a long slog because it's 4 days long, isn't it?
5. It was moved it to 5 days this year or last year. So it started out wet. I think we only got half a day of practice in on the first day. I was confident, like I knew my stuff worked. I was mainly just shooting for the A mains. Like as long as I'm in there, I know I'll be in the fight. Buggy was amazing. TQ second, very very close to the win. That one still kind of hurts. But yeah, and then Nitro Buggy also was right in the mix with Edmonds and Caleb. We were all 3 of us were fighting together, and I had a fuel line split on the Nitro Buggy. Something I just never thought to check. It was a different body shell, and the fuel line was rubbing on the body shell. Yeah, just cut through in about 15 minutes in. That kind of ended my race.
Yeah.
I was a bit gutted, but still happy with the pace I showed and everything, and all those guys that were there were fast. And kind of showed off some new products and stuff that we were using. So it was cool.
Okay. So, I mean, it was supposed to be a 4-round series this year. Oh, sorry. Correction. Last year. And they cancelled the last one just for the little bit of civil unrest in the final country, which was, I think, was Jakarta.
And Indonesia.
Indonesia, which is, they've always had their civil unrest rivals the stuff that's going on in Palestine and that sort of thing. Not that we're going to talk about that or religion or anything like that, but just
Kia ora team. It's Mike Stick here. Thanks a ton for tuning in and supporting Let's Race RC. Every like, every comment, and every new subscriber keeps this channel growing and helps us bring you even more RC racing action from across New Zealand. If you're loving what we do and want to help us keep the wheels turning, you can shout us a coffee or even a beer over at buymeacoffee.com/letsracerc. Your support means the world, and it helps us stay trackside, bringing you the best coverage. Don't forget, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Membership options are in the link below. Catch you at the next race. Back to you, D Maz.
Did you travel to the other events, or
was Pine Hills and Brisbane?
Pine Hills. Yep. How did that go for you?
Made both the A mains. That was the first time I'd made an international main in Nitro Buggy, so I was happy with that. Obviously got cut short. I think we only did 12 minutes of the Nitro final before the rain came down, and once water gets on an oil track, she's a bit of an ice rink. So it's fine to drive on, but unsafe for the marshals, so we had to call it at that. I ended up 10th in Nitro and 9th in electric. had some of my own problems going on in the electric finals, kind of broke a few things, but it is what it is. It's always a fun event to travel to, and always good people and stuff. So we had a good night out afterwards with Pecco and Jaden. So that was fun.
Well, that's half the fun, isn't it? Is the friendship and everything else that goes along with it. The racing gets serious when it comes to the finals. But outside of that, and once it's all done and dusted, it's everyone just goes, oh, well, on to the next one. Yep, and we start the cycle again. So you did 2 ABCs this year with relatively good results. I mean, apart from the fuel line in the Pukekohe event, you're proving your speed. You're getting quicker and quicker. And then what was on from there? Was it back into indoor season back here in New Zealand?
In April, I did the pre-world in April, and then I also went to Las Vegas and did Silver State end of April as well. So yeah, those were two big events. Very, very grateful that I got to attend that. There was Shana was a major part of the Silver State trip. Outlaw RC kind of helped me get there and stuff, and it was awesome. I had the time of my life, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the year before you went to the I'm forgetting the name of it now. What was it, 2 years beforehand, where you'd gone over to an event with you, Shane, and a few others, and they built this epic looking track, and then it absolutely dumped with rain, so they had to quickly go.
Dirt Nitro Challenge in 2023. So yeah, that was my second major international event. I'd done an Australian Nationals before that, but that was my first time in America. And yeah, we had an epic time, apart from the fact that we had to go race on a 15-second lap track after the rain hit, but we still got to race. So the amount of commitment and stuff that those guys have, Joey and the dirt crew, that was nuts. And then they did the whole thing again at Silver State this year. It was like the best track I've ever driven on. It was so much fun.
Yeah. That track looked pretty epic there. You're running on the Silver State. I caught a little bit of the coverage, and yeah, it's the Americans know how to build big tracks, don't they?
Big jumps.
Yeah.
Major jumps. Yeah, that was. I see a lot of American tracks and they look very kind of boring. Like, yeah, there's big jumps, but I also like having some sort of interesting angles and stuff. And the Silver State track had that. It wasn't just straight 90, 180, 90, 180 kind of thing. It had the big step down at the back left. Like, even though it wasn't big jumps, that back left section was like the coolest section of track I've driven on. Kind of come up the hill and throw a massive whip over the back. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. You like having your buggy in the air for a long amount of time.
Amount of time and a big amount of chassis showing.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to get something where, I don't know if you saw on the supercar coverage at the Gold Coast event where they got them going over the chicane berms on the back part of the track. A shot like that with buggy would look really cool. Really cool. Nice in the air, lots and lots of air, slow-mo as it goes past. That'll look really cool. I'll have to work out how to do that. It's next on my bucket.
At Waikato's.
Yeah, and I'll go stick some. I'll put somebody down there who's going to get hit in the head.
Yep. Not me. I'll be
No. Okay, so you did Silver State. This year you've done a fair amount of international travel, which is cool. Your frequent flyer miles must be getting up there.
Yeah, we're getting there on Air New Zealand.
Yeah, this is probably why, be cheeky. This is probably why we don't get the same pricing we used to get from Frankton's anymore, because we'll pay for you to travel around the world.
Pricing, come on.
Yeah, I won't put that in there. Don't worry about that. Still, just have a wee dig.
Right.
Okay. So after Silver State, what was next on the events for 2025?
After Silver State was Astro Masters in June.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a very up and down event. I got my way into a drive, but then in four drive I decided that I couldn't figure out how to drive around the track in the mains. Only ended up third after starting on pole. So that was slightly disappointing. But yeah, we had a good event all around. We brought out new products, Hyperspeed Lab. That was the debut of our batteries. And yeah, we had a good time, a good showing. Both me and Casey taking the win in the 3 major classes, the 2 mod buggies and the stadium truck class. So yeah, it was good.
Nice. And then would have been no, you didn't do the Tauranga indoor race this year, did you?
I did. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I think I just got back from Australia from pre-worlds.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was a little earlier this year, so it was in. I can't remember. Was it before or after Astros? No, it was before. Definitely before it. So it would have been May.
Yeah, I definitely
May-ish.
did it. I was definitely there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a little bullring of a track to get around at the best of times.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was,
Yeah.
I think yes, because I'd put a open motor in for the open practice just for a bit of a display and did a TikTok video, and that
went nuts.
800,000 views. It's at now. So
have you had any free gear turn up yet?
Nope.
No money.
I get enough stuff from sponsors as is. It was just a good showcase for those guys.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool how you did that. So then we did obviously Astro Masters after that, and then the big one for the Hamilton Club after finally locking down a venue after what looked to be a pretty soul-destroying year.
Very strenuous time.
Yeah. And straight into the Waikato Champs in the new venue. Epic venue. And the club, went all out to get everything in there and make a new driver stand and get all the carpet in and make things work. So it was so nice to be able to stand on the carpet without it moving underneath you.
Yes, you could run onto the track and marshal without worrying if you're going to fall over. Even though someone fell over, none at a club day, but that's all right.
Yeah. And how many rolled ankles did we have on that weekend? Well, I think the count was up to about 3, and all from the same family.
Yes, all the Lily family.
Yeah. So just a little too much grip, maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe it's slightly too much. They need some different shoes on.
Yeah, Crocs don't rule. Okay, so the Waikato Champs ran really well. The event went smoothly from where I was standing. Not too much grief from people or anything like that. And on your side of things, the racing went well. You had some good battles.
Yeah, that was. I kind of checked out that weekend. Something sort of clicked. And yeah, the cars were just on rails. I think I top seed, top qualifier. I think Dylan took 1 round from me in 4-wheel drive qualifying. Then A1 and A2 in both cars. And yeah, kind of just went from there. Helped Jackson out in 2-wheel drive. Kind of got his stuff ready. He had a few things wrong on his 2-wheel drive, so fixed that for the last one. He managed to win A3 and 2 stock to get the title. So that was really cool for him. Really happy for him. Been helping him out a lot, so it's good to see.
Yeah. He's another young fella that's coming through. I say this is what you're not even 20 yet. And he is getting seriously fast too. And with all the racing he's doing now on Nitro and that, and it's good to see that he's making it into A's already. He's one to watch out for going forward in the next couple of years. I think there'd be something like a national title's coming his way, and
100%.
doing some more of that international travel will be definitely helping him out. So Dad's going to have to sell a few more bits of cabling into houses and over invoice when he's putting security systems in.
He'll have to do something. Jacko needs to get a job. Local Macca's is hiring.
It is. It's only just up the road from his place, so flipping burgers in his spare time that'll keep the connectivity and the wrist and everything going if he's constantly doing that.
He'll get there.
Yeah, he'll get there. So Waikato Champs, and then a little bit of a break before heading over to the Worlds, which I don't think there was anything leading into that, was there?
No, that was end of August, and then I had I think 3.5 weeks to get stuff ready, and built 3 new cars. I had my tour drive from pre-worlds, built the 2 new 4 drives, debuted the new Yokomo cars there, and built Dylan up a dirt tour drive. And it was an epic event. There was like everything was top notch. All the organization, the tire impound flowed super well. You just go in, grab your tires. They're already out on the table for you. There was never any stress. The guys in the impound were working hard the entire time, and just all the volunteers. They put on an amazing show. And it was just from the drivers and even all the spectators that were there and stuff. We had a few guys fly over just to watch. They just said they've never seen any sort of organization like that. It was cool. It was cool to be a part of. Still, like as a first worlds, that's kind of super memorable. And it was, even though the racing didn't, tour drive was okay. I was happy with my result, considering where I started. 35th. You can't really complain. 35th in the world. That's still quite cool. But yeah, 4 drive just didn't quite get there for me. I could do a big jump, but that was about it all weekend.
Do you think it was the flow of the track? I mean, the 2-wheel drive flow, the rotation of the track, definitely flowed a lot more. I know they made changes, but it was reprofiling some jumps, and pretty much that was about it. They didn't really sort of do anything to corners or anything that I could see, so it was more or less the same.
The track still flowed perfectly fine. Like I had no issue with the track. It was just me, just the driver. He could, pretty much. It was just do the big triple, grease that every lap, and do nothing else. Find every curb.
Do you think that might have been your little excursion into the city a couple of nights prior? That might have buggered you up a little bit.
No.
No.
That was fine. We did that before tire gluing day, so that was fine. All my tires stayed on, so I could still glue tires pretty hungover, but it's all right.
Awesome. I was going to go with this. So I've actually got some notes here, and I've actually stuck to none of them, so that's bloody good. Anyway, we'll carry on. This is quite often how half my stuff works out, and then I've got to spend like 4 days editing all the dribble the dribble that I come up with, and take all that out. Okay, so the Worlds, obviously big epic event. It set the stage. They've really lifted the bar going forward, and amazing weather that helped.
Yeah, it was nice and warm. It was 33 every day, pretty much.
Yeah, so you did the Worlds, had a really good event. Team New Zealand, biggest team we've ever had go to a Worlds event ever. Really well represented. You had a good crew of people around you, people coming out from New Zealand and some expats who are living in Australia, dropping in to come and say hello and give the support and that sort of thing. And then one of our Kiwis, who's an expat, Pom, was in the Schumacher tent and was spannering on the world champion car.
Yeah,
I mean, who knew?
Mike Gregory.
Yeah. Yep. Who knew that?
Yeah, no, I saw him turn up. I was like, oh, hold on, what are you doing here? And he's just helping out Brock all week, and they got the job done. So it's big congrats to the Shui guys, and also Care Up as well. That was really cool to see. From what I've heard and what I've watched over the last few years, Marcus is one of the hardest workers, and also Brock as well. Like he's always had, Brock especially, he's had that kind of a carpet guy attitude. He said it himself, and everyone's like, "Oh, carpet guy," and he won on loose low grip dirt. Or wasn't low grip, but it was outdoor dirt. Yeah. But they got it done, and it was impressive to watch, because I was hanging around the Schumacher tent and stuff throughout the week, just because I know a few guys there and stuff. Tom and Jaden, those guys, and Nate Sutherland as well. I met him there, and they're all super nice. They're easy to work with and everything, and same goes for most of those top guys. Like, we'll go hang out with them after racing and stuff, and they're normal people. Like, it's cool to hang out with them. And for me, still being quite young, and always looking up to those guys and stuff, it's really, really cool that you can just hang out with them and be normal.
So their engineer, the top cheese from Schumacher, he was
Trish.
actually he was actually in New Zealand the week before.
Yep.
So he came and
Yeah,
stayed with Mark, and they went and did a few sightseeing things, did the luge and other bits and pieces. So I think he started his engineering podcast for the Worlds at Auckland Airport.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
Because
Trish.
everyone went, yeah, they all went, what the hell? What? Who? What? Why? How did you end up there?
Went for a trip
And
to Hobbiton and stuff, I think is what they were doing. So
yeah. So apparently they're quite keen to come back. They are.
so I've heard.
Yeah,
So,
they are very
yeah,
keen to come back. I need to get a hold and sit down with Mark at some time and just go through the event with him. He's been flat out doing other things since he's got back to New Zealand since the World. So he sort of said, "Oh yes, I will. I just need to get the stuff out." I was like, "Cool, no pressure. You when you're ready, come and have a chat, and we'll."
Things trying to be worked on to get more people over here and stuff. So
Yeah,
there's
I think
definitely some stuff going on in the background for Waikato. So.
yeah, I think that's cool that we're trying to get more overseas interest to come out. I know it's a long way to come. So
Everyone says they want to come to New Zealand once, so might as well come race as well.
well, that's right. I mean, what a perfect way to spend a week or two.
Yeah, maybe not in August in Hamilton though. So
yeah.
A quick flight down South Island. It's all right. Go see some snow.
Yeah, go see some snow. Have your car broken into by a Kia. So yeah, we come back from the Worlds. You have a little bit of a small break, and then it's off into 8-scale nitro racing, and probably the big one, which is judging by the little snippet that your dad put up when you clinched it, was effort well done. So taking out the 2025 IC off-road national title in windy Wellington.
Yep, it was that was an emotional one. I kind of, as everyone's seen on Facebook, I knew going in that was my last run with HB, and I really wanted that one. And yeah, glad I got it done. The two truggy titles, the nitro buggy title. Fortunately, some extracurricular activities hampered the e-buggy one, but it is what it is. Learned a lesson that weekend. So
yeah. You got to be able to drive with a hangover.
I could do it for about 8 minutes, and then the wheels would fall off.
Yeah. It's this little thing we refer to as when you get a little bit older. It's called being piss fit. You need to build into it so then when you go to big events, it doesn't hurt you so much. Not so good for your liver and stuff when you get older, but
here for a
fuck
good time,
that.
a long time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. You don't be old and miserable.
Exactly.
So you just alluded to your HB departure. Do you want to talk about what brought that on?
I don't know. I was kind of just ready for something new. I haven't really, since I've done this competitively, like really wanted to do this full time. I've really just had the same package the entire time. I'm super grateful for that. Like I really wouldn't ask for anything else. They've been nothing but amazing for me. All my sponsors, everyone that's supported me, past and present. It's always given me pretty much whatever I need and stuff, and it shows. I get the results I get because of the support I get. And yeah, I think I was ready for something new. I knew that this year, this year obviously it's my first year out of school. So I finished school last year and giving it kind of one last shot at going pro, and we'll see what can come to fruition. It's taking a big jump with the 8-scale side of things with a new brand, moving over to the Monaco program. So yeah, it's a big big jump. I'm excited for it. Nervous, a lot of emotions, and I'm ready to make it happen. Big goal this year is 8 scale worlds at the end of the year in Texas, and obviously the Asian Buggy Series. I'm trying to do all of those rounds and get a. I've gone third both years in e-buggy overall, and I'm looking to improve on that in e-buggy and get up there in nitro as well. So it's the big push.
Okay, so the Miyako, I mean, obviously Dylan's on the youth mentoring program,
Yep.
And that obviously works.
It does.
You can just see his driving has improved so much in the past 12 months. So obviously whatever JQ's doing is on the money. In terms of the cars and that sort of thing, how far away are they from what you were running beforehand in the HB?
It can be close. Obviously, like most cars nowadays, you can kind of get them pretty much the same, especially for low grip. Like I can drive most cars on low grip perfectly fine. It's getting to that high grip sort of tracks where I felt like I was kind of lacking. Definitely like the HB was amazing on New Zealand tracks, and it still is. But I felt like I needed something different for me. Just being majority 10 scale background, I needed something a bit more agile, to put it. And I felt like I could get that out of the mark. Obviously, with Dylan running it, I've driven it quite a lot. Even though it's slightly different radio and stuff, I've still driven it and been able to go faster. So we'll just see how it goes. The car wise, we haven't had many major issues with the thing. We've done a couple mods to it just from what I like, and my cars will be getting here soon, so I'll have them on track for the first time over summer and start testing. So
Okay, cool. And so with your deal that you've got with Miyako, is it just you like customer support like most other people, and is Frankton Models going to become the service center for Miyako, or is it so that's coming as well, is it?
Yep. So Frankton Model Shop will be the New Zealand service center, and we'll be supplying pretty much the whole country, and whoever else wants Miyako gear will be here for it. Obviously, we've done well with Yokomo, done well with TRC, the Pistons. We had most of the A main was running TRC at the Nationals, and there's had big sort of waves over the world. Most of the top guys are all running their stuff, and we're excited to have that stuff. And obviously, Plague Bearings as well. We're a big supporter in that as well. They've started supporting us at the beginning of 2025, and so we've got a lot of brands and trying to just bring the full package to all the races. That's kind of my job, working with that and stuff, focusing on the racing side and kind of making sure that we can bring the best to anyone.
Okay, nice. So with the Miyako brand, they operate a little bit differently to your traditional brands, don't they, in terms of the distribution, the sale, and that sort of thing. It's not your traditional, like Frankton is for Yokomo at the moment, is you import the product, you go and sell it, and you support it, blah, blah, blah. Miyako's kind of tipped it on its head a little bit and running it into a different formula from what I understand. Would you want to kind of elaborate how that works?
So they have the members program, which for I think it's 350 US is the membership. That gives you access to a bunch of prototype stuff that the team tests. So myself and Dylan and a few of the other top guys like Peko, JQ, we kind of come up with ideas, and then also if you have your own idea, like there's plenty of people in there that do engineering for a job. They come up with their own parts, and it gets implemented onto the car for the next year. Wow. So that's what it's about. It's about kind of everyone building to make something better, and I like that idea. I've always enjoyed that side of RC, is trying to think outside the box and make something better. Is always, you can never really rest. You got to keep on thinking of ways to be better, and that's kind of my mindset. I enjoy it, and that's kind of what lured me to Miyako, is that side of things. Trying to be involved in that. But yeah, we'll still have cars on the shelf and stuff that you can buy. I'll still be running as most know, there's the laydown suspension stuff, but for New Zealand, I'll be committed to running the standard suspension, so that customers can buy it off the shelf and have what I'm running. That's what's worked for us with Yokomo. Everyone knows that I be as honest as I can with what I'm running. Some things I can't say, but I do. If I can say it, I definitely tell people what's going on. I don't like to keep things. I think that just hurts the community as a whole. We want everyone to be better, not just yourself, because otherwise, how can you improve when there's no one else to improve on?
Yeah, exactly. That's really cool. Wow, that's epic that you've managed to pick that up, and Frankton Models have picked up the service center side of it as well. So, and that sort of rounds out the package now. So, I know you've always said previously that you preferred 10 scale to 8 scale. Is that still your preference, or are you starting to wane to that? You know, growing a mullet like your little brother, and the smell of nitro. Oh yeah.
But 10 scale will always hold a place in my heart. I don't think that'll ever change. I'll still always come back to it. It's been what I've done forever and ever. But definitely, the 8 scale side of things, for most general customers, they kind of enjoy that more. So it's what we're pushing towards. So. But yeah, it's just kind of getting there for everyone. If we can supply it.
Why not?
Yep.
Why not? I mean, these events, the like what Shane and his team have done at counties to bring the ABC to New Zealand, has definitely done wonders for 8 scale. Getting that up and running, and then you've got like Bevan's track being built down in Blenheim, which is next level, and you got Auckland Radio Control Car Club dusting itself off after a decade in hibernation.
Yep.
And going hard, building another track, which a little bit close. But I also think at the same time, there's nothing wrong with it. It gives a good venue for. I think Trevor's original view for the track or the facility was a bit like a membership service where you could pay a gate key, and you could go in and turn laps, and stuff will be active, and you could run on road, off road, 10 scale, 8 scale, didn't matter. That was his original vision. But as you've seen with Taranaki trying to build an international grade 8 scale IC on road track is very cost prohibitive in New Zealand. So he's parked that side of it for the moment, and I think North Harbour are trying to pick up the mantle and keep it actually on the other side of the harbour bridge, just for a little point of difference. Mainly because we believe we've got access to land where we shouldn't have to do too much to it. It might be a respray with some hot mix, but the general area is it's not, you're not starting off doing a base and then drainage and all that stuff, and then trying to get it. So, I think the boys in the Naki were trying to get it so their on-road track would dry within the IFMA recommended time period of 1 hour.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah. There's some weird rules in there. There's some weird rules. And also happy for those who are following along at home. If I've got that wrong, please drop it in the comments and let me know. I'll happily rescind and correct that. So going into 2026, you've got national titles in 3 classes. You need to come and do some on-road racing and beat Luke Duffy at Modified.
I got close last time I tried.
Yeah. We're running a traditional format this time round. We're doing 5 rounds of qualifying, 3 triple finals. So fairly standard indoor venue, similar surface to what you've got in the Waikato. And when I say indoor, it's proper indoor, not like the other track that we use where the wind can blow half the track away or it rains. So we've pulled out all the stops for this one. Nice big track to let modified cars run in. So guys who are following along at home, if you're unmodified or 13.5, get your entries in. It's a perfect it's going to be a perfect venue for you guys. We've deliberately done this to make sure that you guys can have somewhere to run. Unfortunately, Doesn't work well for foam tires. So sorry, Pro 12 guys, we can't support you this time around as much as we'd love to. The surface just doesn't work. We're looking for another way of doing that going forward, but that's a different subject, and that's for a different conversation later on there, Logan.
One day, if it's there, I'll have a drive of a Pro 12. I've always been told I need to drive one, so
yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, they take a different head thought. That's for sure. I can't drive one. I can't even drive a Formula One. It just does my head in.
Two-wheel drive.
Rear wheel, two-wheel drive. Front wheel drive, I'm fine. I love fronties.
Fronties, fronties, great.
Where is it? You can't. I'm in the way.
You're in the way. There it is.
There it is. It's the brand new front wheel drive, finally built after 9 months. It's tasted the track for the first time last weekend, and all I can say is it's the money. Straight out of the box, it's the money.
Yep.
So yeah, very happy with that. Very happy. So
Japanese quality.
Exactly. It's not Russian weird stuff. It's just it just worked, and like it was really weird building shock absorbers for the first time in a touring car for
that's right
4 years.
Automatics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just as quick. Couple of little setup changes which Gail and Chris sort of gave me, so that's hence why the question about the yellow springs. They sort of said you need those. Like, okay, cool. I'll have to find some, and then your shop doesn't have any.
We'll have them by nationals. I'll try and make nationals happen. I want to be there. I just need to justify getting new cars for one event.
Or you just sell it as a stock car later on and make double your money back.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like seeing those cars getting destroyed. I'd rather just keep them.
Yeah. It's a weird old sport, that one.
It's fun.
Be harder. Yeah, hard on the ears.
Especially when hungover.
There's a common theme coming through here. Alrighty. So look, thank you very much for your time. Couple of questions I do have for you. Now we've talked about the Miyako. We've talked about what you roughly got planned for 2026, which is going to the off-road 8-scale off-road worlds in Texas. So I hope you like the state. So from your point of view, you're obviously outside of what you're doing in terms of for Frankton Models and your sponsors. You're involved in the Hamilton Club, and you're also now on the NZRCA executive as the EP off-road technical officer. What in that realm, in the electric side, indoor/outdoor 10th-scale off-road racing, where do you think the weak point is in that racing at the moment? What do you think we get some events where they're really well populated, especially indoors, and then you get other events outdoors that are not populated so well. What do you think the possible fishhook problem? Apart from the obvious of weather, what do you think it is that's stopping people from making that transition from indoor to outdoor?
I'm not really sure. I don't know why. Not many people cross over. Like there's only maybe 10 people that actually do both competitively. It's mainly the guys up in Hamilton and Auckland, like me, Dylan, Casey, William. There's like a few others that go out and do a bit of outdoors along with the indoors, but that's really it. And I'm not 100% sure why. I know it's a bit because you do kind of need different cars. You do need two different cars, especially two-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive you can get away with changing a few things and it'll work, but two-wheel drive it's a different car, which of course can kind of steer people away. Definitely outdoors, like the outdoor issue that's not an issue. Like we have the AstroTurf at Bristol Park, which is getting redone at the moment, which should be in good shape to have a decent size event next year, hopefully. we're trying to
Okay,
make it happen. And
Yep.
yeah, we've had a lot of questions on it, so that's what we're trying to do, is run a big summer meeting, see when we can make that happen along with all the other events, because it's already looking quite busy. But that's
Yeah.
just how it goes. It might just be a vintage event. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not too sure why we just don't have any sort of crossover, and it's kind of worldwide.
Yeah.
I see it in every country. It doesn't matter where they are. It's Australia. There is no indoors in Australia, but there's just no one that does both carpet and outdoor dirt.
What
And I'm not
about
sure.
What about filling up a building full of dirt? Do you think that would make a change if for these guys who like the dirt side of things, like what Lance Sutherland has done in Gisborne in his shed? I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah,
looking like our 2027 Worlds practice. We'll throw a bit of glue down there and see how
yeah,
she goes.
yeah. So, do you see that as a possible? I mean, the expense to do it will be quite high unless somebody's got a spare building with nothing in it. But is that a possibility? And with the upcoming rule changes that go live as of today for NZRCA, we now can have dirt and astro or carpet, whatever you want to call it, indoor, outdoor, whatever you want to do for 10 scale buggy. Do you feel that's going to help make that transition across?
I'm not sure. We kind of did it to give the indoor guys a nationals, because we know that they really just don't cross over, and everyone's kind of asked for it to have a nationals. I've always wanted a national series. I think that's how we should have these major events, kind of like the RCGP thing, and it's definitely a cost. But I feel like to be called the best, it can't just be off one weekend. It's just not how it works. And for myself, I try and be as consistent as I can. That's why I do everything, because I want to be the best and not just at one thing, at everything. It's kind of just how I've grown up and been taught. It's just, if you can do it, do it.
Yeah, I think that's part of that whole thing where, again, not trying to get political or anything, where like the IFMAR Worlds it's a singular event, whereas who says a national championship has to be done over one weekend at
No
one
other
track?
sport.
No other sport does that. World Cups they play different teams. Ball sport's probably not quite the right analogy to be doing.
Yeah.
But in motorsport, it's not done on one event. It's done over a series of events at different venues, and you travel and you go to it, and then you crown who the winner is. Whether or not that's through a system like what NASCAR and V8 Supercars do with a final series, or it's a consistent series like what you have in WRC or Formula E, Formula One.
I've always looked at the cycling, like mountain biking, BMX series. I've always looked at that as, they've got the world champ, so you can be world champion on that one weekend. But a lot of guys are going for the World Cup overall point series.
Yep.
So that rewards consistency, and everyone's like, you get to wear the number one plate for the next season. You might not have the rainbow jersey, but you get the number one on your bike.
And that's what people are chasing, isn't it? They want that number one. They want to have they want to turn up to the event or turn up to the next season as that defending champion, and have to show that they've got the mettle to do it back to back, not just over a single weekend where, yes, it's hard, over 4 to 5 days to be consistent and that sort of thing. But that could also lead to different things. Whereas if it's over a series, the race meetings don't have to be over 5 days.
No,
they can be over like a day and a half kind of thing. You get in there, you do some, I love heads up racing. I can't help that. It just, just get in there and rip the Band-Aid off and get on with it.
Yep.
Rather,
if it's a series, you might as well just run a bunch of races and see who wins. But definitely if it's one weekend, I feel like the standard format works better.
Yeah,
it is boring. I do get that. I also get sick of racing 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, it's hard to commentate on qualifying Trust me, I don't know how the likes of Scotty and that make it sound so interesting. When they're out here next, I need to go and ask them. Oh, so, how do you do this?
Yep. I
What
don't
are you
know how
doing?
Scotty does it. Scotty's insane.
Yeah, yeah. He's just a machine. And Scott Guy, I mean, the knowledge that guy knows about everything is unbelievable. He knows everything about everybody.
Yep.
And you go,
He's
wow.
and he's a good man as well.
Yeah.
I speak very highly of Mr. Guy. He's always been very kind to me and just good friend.
Yeah, no, he is good. Last year when he was out, he had a very good chat to him in between his duties that he was doing, and yeah, it's the knowledge, and then following along on his channel that he's got, Action RC, with not just the car builds and that sort of thing, but just the going back through the years, historically in Australia, and you going, how do you remember all that? Were you writing it all down at the time? What were you, how were you doing that? But it's cool.
I thought I knew enough about RC. Like I know quite a bit, but definitely not to the extent that he does. He's a
walking encyclopedia. He was talking about models.
Yep.
I mean, like when I got married and had kids, I took a 10-year break. But I still kept my finger on the pulse while watching what was going on, reading in the magazines, and when the internet finally turned up, that was something that only rich people.
The carrier pigeons turned up.
Yeah. That's it. So we, used to sneak into the magazine shop and go and read what you could quickly before getting growled at by the old lady who was at the till for fingering the magazines and that sort of thing. And how he can remember all that stuff from way back then, and that's just amazing. I should actually reach out to him, see if I can get him on here. That'd be cool.
He'd be keen. He'd do it.
Yeah, of course he would. He'd be keen.
He would.
And I might even try and reach out for Mitch as well, just for shits and gigs.
Oh yeah, he will.
Yeah, I know he will. He's already kind of said that beforehand. Yeah,
he doesn't. I'll tell him to.
Yeah, I know he's good value. All right, so we're well over the hour now, which is a little longer than what I wanted to run for, but that's okay. So we've covered off the racing scene in New Zealand. We've covered off how you've done for 2025. We've done the spoiler alert for where you're heading to for 2026 and what Frankton Models is doing, which will be embargoed until you give me the nod or the 1st of January, either or.
Hopefully I can put it all out there. I'm just waiting for my cars so I can take a photo. That's pretty much all I'm waiting for.
Pretty much it. So, I mean, it's a done deal, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I signed the deal September.
So, good old dad. Gotta crack that whip, get him out there working harder.
Oh,
he's gonna sell me some more pink paint.
Pink paint. Oh, yeah. Good luck.
My next body shells. Yeah. That's gonna keep the lights on.
Actually, I can sell you airbrush paint. I can do that because we've got a massive stand of SMS paint. It's huge.
I can't airbrush to save myself.
Oh, that's fine. It's just a little gun. Do a one can with a gun, but you get cool colors. That color shift, they change in the light.
Yeah. Tell me you do that in a rattle can.
No,
I've always loved that with when in the touring car scene when the lightweight body shells came out, and then everyone layered them up with like 40 layers of paint, so they weighed more than what they were when they were a standard thickness. So it's like, what's the point of that?
Yep, lightweight touring car shells are stupid. I think they should be banned. 0.4 should not exist.
No, it's just stupid. It's just you pay $70 to $90 for the bloody thing. It lasts like one meeting.
Yep,
waste of time.
I ran a 0.7 at Nats, so it was fast enough.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Any other parting words for whatever you've got coming up for the balance of this year of 2026 that you'd like to impart on in terms of your words of wisdom to those who have been watching along? Is there anything you'd like to say thanks to or give a shout out to or anything like that?
Just of course thanks to all my sponsors and everything, everyone that's supporting me. Obviously, it's a new adventure and I'm excited for it. But yeah, don't be a stranger. I'll still be the same old kid. Come talk to me, come have a chat. It's just nothing's changed in that sort of ways. I'll still help everyone. That's kind of what I'm here for and what I'm known for is just being able to help out. So none of that's changed. Just because I'm wearing a different T-shirt doesn't mean I've actually changed personalities. So that's all I can say.
That's right. That's good words of wisdom there. All right, my man. I'll let you get on with it because Mum's probably cooked dinner and ironed your undies in the whole time you've been on.
I can smell dinner. It smells yum.
What's on the menu for tonight?
Not sure, but I know there's more parties tonight. So,
all right then. All right, my man. Anyway, I'll let you go and have your dinner because obviously Mum's probably getting a bit tetchy and saying, "Stop taking so long."
Yeah, cheers. That's all right.
All right, my man. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you at the track soon.
Will do.
Cheers.
See ya.